Hey, I'm here to. One moment, please.
Oh, that's better. So what's going on? What am I reviewing today? Yes! Oh, fuck yeah, I love this game. It's like my favorite alternative sports video game ever, in any system. Oh, right, the review. Well, this is Crash and the Boys Street Challenge for the Nintendo Entertainment System, released in 1992. So the Super Nintendo was out then, that's why it didn't get a lot of attention, which is really bad. This was a really entertaining, really fucking great game. You know, you really have to appreciate this opening. Not a lot of NES games have cutscenes, especially NES sports games. And the artwork is very good. I really like this artwork, and the sepia tone just adds on to it. Man, I'm really loving the music so far. Techno really knows their stuff, but if you ever played the Double Dragon game, you already knew that. You know, back in the day, there's been a lot of, bad English interpretations and horrible misspellings in game text, but this game really seems to work hard to make sure that there was none of that here. There's not one misspelled word or serious logic flaw that I'm seeing in the opening scene. I mean, wow, they really worked, and this is from the company that made Bimmy and Jimmy. And this game's really humorous. I mean, this thing has a bit of a mix of cheesy humor and a sort of slapstick humor. I mean, like Todd breaking through the door like the Kool-Aid Man, his dad just outright calling him a loser, all their eyes bugging out, and also the continuous slapstick kind of, over-the-top cartoonish violence that goes on in this game. I mean, it's really entertaining to watch as it is to perform in this game. Now, I'm not going to say this is the best story I've ever seen. I mean, it's not going to win any Pulitzer Prizes, it's not going to win a Daytime Emmy. But you know what? It's a decent story considering the context of this game, and the fact that there's no spelling error, that they actually went over this game, and made sure that there were no mistakes, means that they had some fucking respect for this game. So big props to that. Wow, I'm so used to complaining about games, I can't believe there's another thing I want to point out that's actually pretty good about this game. The background, look at this background. This shows you that they really worked on this thing. I mean, for an NES, this is great backdrop. And even some of these things have to be, altered from Japanese version to English version. So that means they had to alter the backgrounds to look like something else, and they still look damn good. I mean, I'm sorry, this is a great game, and it really shows from how much work these people are putting into it. Oh man, the sprite work on this game. You know, there's even Super Nintendo games that wouldn't put this much work onto the emotional expression of the characters. Well, I guess because of the big heads, it kind of works for them. But really, they could have, done this game without giving these range of emotions. But look, he goes from happy, he goes to mad, he flips his hair, he does a grin, and this guy's crying. It's great! In the main menu, there's 3 modes of playing: full game, short game, and practice. In the full and the short game, you can actually have up to 4 players, you know, just in case you have 3 friends dicking around your house. In this review, I'm just going to do the full game by myself. And then you pick your team from the 4 high schools. And if you just want to see the ending of the story, you gotta play the full game as Southside. But wait a minute, let me stop this for a second. There's something I should address here. A bit of a video game history lesson, if you will. Now, for those of you wondering why these guys look like the River City Ransom people, but don't know why, let me explain. Techno, back in the day, created a series called the Kunio-kun series. Ran for about 20 different titles for the Famicom, and a few others for the Super Famicom. But we only got 5 on the Nintendo Entertainment System here in America. That would be Super Dodgeball, a soccer game, Renegade, River City Ransom, and Crash and the Boys. So I hope that explains everything. Now, before the start of every event, you go into this little shopping area to prepare. Now, there's 4 stores. One is a rules and tips place. The second is a health food store, and the first 2 items here are health regaining items, but they're way too expensive to be worthwhile. Just rotate your athletes. The next item down there is a random symbol item. It randomly degenerates an attribute from a random opponent. And the last item, trade-off, trades off some health to increase an attribute. The next store is an item store that lets you increase strength, defense, or speed, or you buy the item kit and increase it all. But the last store is essential to this game. this store allows you to cheat at the event you're about to go into, and you should do it. Because trust me, unless you're God or you're great at this game, and I mean you've practiced months on end on this game, you need the store because the computer will not hesitate to kick your ass. So don't feel bad about this, and let me say this as clear as I can. You want to cheat. Now for the first event, the 400-meter hurdle. Now, unlike normal hurdle events, your goal isn't really to outrun or outmaneuver your opponent, because if you do that and he goes off screen, he comes flying back and he doesn't lose any time or anything. No, what it is you gotta beat him to the finish line, or you gotta beat him senseless. And you pretty much do both in the same fashion, by really just ripping the hurdles apart and using them as a weapon, or doing the cyclone kick, which is great. Alright, now it's hammer golf, not my favorite event, but we're gonna do it anyways. Now, the point of this is to throw this Olympic hammer through a golf course and make it to the hole with as least shots you can. You know, like regular golf. But there's a few problems with this game. Fuck! Well, there's two problems with this game. One, how you charge up energies, you gotta mash B as much as you can. It's really hard to do, and then you release with A. And then the second problem, shit! Ah, well, you're saying the second problem right now, you don't know where the fuck you're throwing this thing. I mean, I'm really trying to do my best here, but... Oh, fuck! But without like an indication system on the bottom... Oh, please hit the fairway, please hit the fairway. Oh, thank you, God. Well, because there's no like little map on the bottom of the screen, there are some events in this game that have little maps and indicators of what's gonna come up. Like, you don't know what you're gonna do. And I'm pretty sure this course randomizes every time you play, so it kind of like fucks you over every time. So, and it's really easy for the computer to kick you. Fuck! Okay, I'm done. The next event is a swimming event, and this is probably like the most brutal event in this game because your goal here is to drown your opponent, either by sitting on his head, yanking him down underwater, or beating the shit out of him when he's under. You just gotta keep that fucker under the water until he's dead. What a great fucking sport. And now rooftop jumping, and it's exactly what it sounds like. You're jumping rooftops. And your main way of doing this is using pole vaults, which is a little tricky at first because you have to get the timing right to jump the short gaps and the long gaps without overshooting the short gaps and missing your opportunity to correctly jump the next rooftop. And the other way of getting across these roofs are unicycles on tight ropes. Also, what I love about this is if you make the jump and you don't quite make it to the next building, but you make it just enough, you can sometimes hang onto the ledge and pull yourself up, which is great. I can't tell you how many games piss me the fuck off from the lack of this feature. And last but not least, we have the judo event. Save your best people for this one. You need the most strengths and the most health to stand a chance here. And the point of this is you gotta exhaust stamina by using punch, kicks, and rush attacks, and when their stamina is low enough, initiate a grapple, and mash the B button until their stamina is all gone, and then you can initiate a grapple move. And these deal the real damage, and you gotta keep doing this again and again until their health is all gone, and that's how you win.
Hey, it might be the end of the video, but I'm not done yet. Stay tuned because I'm going to come back with a full run-through of the game and the ending. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you very soon.